Facebook puts podcasts in the bin. The latest from our daily newsletter at podnews.net. Facebook is pulling out of podcasts and will close the service starting June the 3rd. The company will stop creators adding podcasts to the service this week. They don't plan to communicate the closure to Facebook users. Announced in April 2021 and initially a Spotify-powered player, Facebook's podcast player appeared in June, though it was only ever available in the US. It could be that Spotify's public content moderation issues had given the company second thoughts. Facebook was responsible for just 0.3% of all podcast downloads last month, says Buzzsprout. It had reached 0.5% in February, making it the 17th largest podcast app. In other news, Michael Mignano is to leave Spotify. More in just a second. Nolan Investigates is to get a number of nominations in the UK's ARIAs Radio and Podcast Awards tonight, but the podcast contains openly transphobic material, according to 166 audio professionals who privately wrote to the Radio Academy, the awards organisers, expressing their concern last month. The group released a public statement today asking that the Academy reconsiders its position. The Radio Academy has issued Podnews a response, clarifying the judging process and its policy towards diversity and representation. The investigative podcast, produced for BBC Radio Ulster by a BBC journalist, has been championed by anti-trans campaigners and led to the BBC removing diversity schemes after impartiality concerns. The BBC is one of the Radio Academy's patrons. Libsyn's advertised cast saw an average cost per thousand of $24.01 in April. It's the second highest figure on record, 3.2% up year on year. Apple Podcasts gained download share last month, according to the world's second largest podcast host. Buzzsprout reports at least 38.7% of shows were downloaded last month using Apple Podcasts. That figure's up slightly. Spotify's figures are down. The company's public figures don't include downloads from an Apple Core Media user agent, so underestimate Apple's total usage. And Ossa Collective, a women and non-binary podcast network, has launched a crowdfunding campaign. And in People News, Michael Mignano is to leave Spotify. He's said to have given his resignation last week and leaves at the end of June. He was co-founder of Anchor and is currently head of Talk, open brackets podcasts live and video, at Spotify. In January, he was global head of Talk Verticals at Spotify. He had been head of Podcaster Mission for a while and has also variously been called head of podcasts live and video and head of creation platform. He joins Courtney Holt and Lydia Polgreen in departing the company. And Adam Donaldson has been made VP Business Development for the Wonder Media Network. The company is hiring for more roles. And in podcast news, Undermine is back for season 3 and explores one of the most remarkable feats a band has ever done. Fish's 13 consecutive shows at Madison Square Garden in the summer of 2017. The podcast dives deep into the shows and their place in rock history. It's from Osiris Media. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe, we're at podnews.net.